My People is proud to present the 40 Days 40 Fintechs, an initiative under its Include Everyone program, which is leading the way in advocating for technology that promotes financial inclusivity. Since 2020, we've profiled over 100 fintechs, and our latest season is shining a spotlight on those breaking down digital barriers and transforming lives for the better. Join us in this financial inclusivity revolution, presented with generous support from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Follow hashtag 40 Days 40 Fintechs, hashtag Level 1 Project to learn more and get involved in creating a brighter financial future for all.
The 40 Days 40 Fintechs initiative continues to shine a spotlight on innovators that are using financial technology to serve the unserved and underserved people in Uganda and across Africa. On day 24 of the annual 4 Days 40 Fintechs initiative, season 5, we are glad to have a representative from Flutterwave. Kindly introduce yourself.
My name is Arnold Kwesiga. I'm the AVP for Global Expansion, Payments and Partnerships for East Africa.
Thank you so much, Arnold. Those watching you for the very first time will want to know, what is Flutterwave and what do you do?
Flutterwave is Africa's largest payment company, and it's actually an interesting story how we started. It started from a vision from our CEO, who was working in a bank out of South Africa. He identified a difficulty in the bank that he was working in, processing payroll for a multinational across the continent. And that sparked his vision and ambition to create infrastructure that would facilitate payments across the globe. And that's what we're doing currently. So we are a payment facilitator across Africa.
Yes, that is at a global level. You're a payment facilitator across Africa. A Ugandan would want to know, what does Flutterwave do in Uganda? Why should we be interested in what you do?
Very nice question. So as Flutterwave for Uganda, for example, we have a bouquet of products that we have. One of them being a send app. This is person-centric for our people in the diaspora. So you're able to receive and send funds across the continent. And we also have Flutterwave for Business, which is our flagship product, which essentially provides a 24/7 shopping experience for businesses and individuals alike who are selling their products online. So we enable them to accept payments, and over and above that, they can also make payments off of our platform.
Yes, I've had so many positive reviews around your Flutterwave for Business proposition. Make me understand, what makes your proposition better than what is on the market?
Ideally, what is giving us competitive edge is our niche and our focus from our leadership to make sure that we do what we do well. So for Flutterwave for Business, for example, many customers will tell you it's more than value for money, because we provide a one-stop center for you to be able to receive payments, to make payments, create a platform where you can sell your products, similar to what happens on Instagram or Facebook, where people upload the pictures of the products that they're selling. So we give you all of that all on one. You're able to look at your business dynamics and performance all on the same platform. So it's really a business solution. You can just sit back and enjoy the benefits of doing business online through our Flutterwave for Business app.
Okay, let us assume I'm a small-scale trader who deals in craft, and I want to do business with Flutterwave for Business. Take me through step by step. How do I get onboarded? How do I start collecting money?
As a small business, ideally, we classify different businesses differently. And as a small business, what we would be looking for is the minimum requirement based on obviously the regulation in terms of your KYC. We need to know what kind of business you do. Are you registered in the country? Are you legally doing business? Once we've identified all of that and we've done our due diligence, we would then onboard you onto the platform, give you what we call a merchant ID. Then we would set you up on the platform and give you a guide of how you can accept or make payments. Over and above that, we would give you guidance in terms of if you want to upload, say, pictures of your product or items that you want to sell. We would still take you through how to do that and be able to reach your customers in Africa or across the continent.
Okay, so you have set me up. So how do I get paid? How do I start receiving money?
After you've been set up on the platform, obviously your visibility will be that you are reaching out to your customers to say, this is my payment link, for example, or my web page, which will show your product suite. And once people have started accessing that, we as Flutterwave then enable the payment in the back end. So once someone has seen your product, they can click on it, and in the checkout process, ideally we will then do the work for you of handling the payment. So whether the person is paying with card, paying with Google Pay, Apple Pay, or mobile money for that matter.
Yes, now you collect the money. At what point do I receive it?
Again, that is specific to the merchant, or who we call the customer. You would specify to us to say, look, Flutterwave, I'd want to be paid in a week, in 2 weeks, or in a month. So depending on whatever frequency you'd like, we would then settle you based off of your preference again. So whether it's a mobile money wallet, we would settle you into there. But usually what we've seen across the board is usually they would want to be paid into a bank account. So we would settle you into your bank account based on the frequency that you suggest to us.
Yes, like I noted at the start, I've had several positive reviews about Flutterwave for Business, which is a very good thing. That notwithstanding, your customers, now the end user customers, not the businesses, complain about the OTPs, the endless OTPs at every checkout. Why the endless OTPs?
What you would call endless OTPs, of course, we understand because we're in this business and what we're trying to do is create seamless payment experiences. However, we are cognizant of the fact that there is issues like cyber security. Now, because of that, we had to step up a notch to ensure that you, the customer, are protected, and overall, the merchant as well is protected from any cyber hacks or security breaches. So we have that step, and yes, I've had that feedback. But in our opinion, I think it's actually in your interest that we have that to safeguard your money and to ensure that you're getting the product that you've paid for.
Yes, as a Flutterwave for Uganda, I would want to know, you are dealing with people's money and people's businesses. Where do you get the mandate to manage our money?
We obviously subscribe to Bank of Uganda under the NPS Act. And most recently, we've gotten our PSO license. So we work under the confines and regulations of Bank of Uganda.
Okay, so you are a licensed fintech
absolutely
operator.
I'm proud to say so, yes.
Very good. As a licensed fintech operator, what do you see is the state of Uganda's fintech industry?
I think we're growing, not as sporadically as we would have expected. Obviously, because there is in the country there is the regulatory complexities that most fintechs are trying to come up to speed with. And then there is also cybersecurity, which is a big threat to most of our customers. And you find that because of that, there is no confidence in the customer using these platforms. And that is why I said to you that for us to have that step up, say, for example, on the OTP, is to increase this confidence in e-commerce purchases and financial inclusion by making sure that the public is aware of what we're doing. And it's a good thing that we're having forums like this where we can actually discuss what we do, how we do it, and instill that confidence in the customers.
Yes, Arnold, I want to pick your mind about something. I've attended several sessions, and there is this common but a fast-growing belief that the big players are ring-fencing the industry for themselves at the expense of small players. Flutterwave as a unicorn, to say the least. What are you doing to ensure that you don't lock out startups?
I'm surprised that you'd say that because at Flutterwave, and our CEO always emphasizes this, we wouldn't be where we are without partnerships. So we leverage the players that you've spoken about in the market to increase our footprint, because we cannot go at this by ourselves. I mean, that common adage that says, if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go together. So from a Flutterwave perspective, and again, I can't speak for any other fintechs, we partner with as many players in the market to deliver the final product for the customer, because we cannot do it ourselves. So to answer your question, I do not believe that there is a ring fence around what we do, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to deliver the way we deliver what we do.
Maybe ring fence in terms of requirements for getting a license. Me and Arnold, the licenses are quite expensive, most of for startups. So the young players are saying, we can't get these licenses. We are the mercy of the big players. So you as already an established player, and I know you don't speak on behalf of the other players, what do you think needs to be done to help these startups? Because I know Flutterwave was also at one point a startup. You have reached some point, and it would be nice to go together so that you go very far.
Correct. I mean, there's different forums that we're engaging in with the regulator, the Central Bank of Uganda. There's forums like this with high people that we are discussing these things, and hopefully our voice will be heard by the regulators and the powers that be to make sure that we're treating for that. Notwithstanding, presently we have ventures where the Central Bank has advised that these small startups can actually partner with the likes of Flutterwave and other licensed fintechs to then start building their businesses to scale to a level where they can actually apply for these licenses. But we shall continue to lobby for those reductions because, as you said, they might be exorbitant, quote unquote, but we want to have all sorts of players because competition is healthy in our opinion.
Okay. Yeah, I know I like Flutterwave a lot. That's why I'm asking you so many questions, because I know the potential you have. Make me understand. As a startup out there, how do I get started with Flutterwave? Where do I go to get onboarded and enjoy all those collaborations and partnerships?
Okay. So we've tried to make things as simple as possible. Again, seamlessness is one of our core values. So ideally, we have an office, physical office in Bugolobi, Bazarabusa Drive, Plot 8. But also, there's access to our platform online. So you can go to our Flutterwave web page and access our services. There's test APIs that you can actually access and look at the compatibility of your organization vis-a-vis what we're providing to understand whether or not we are your fit. We've not had scenarios where small businesses or smaller fintechs are saying that we are not compatible. So we're happy with the API that we've created. And what we are seeing to do a bit more is over and above all of that is to ensure that when you have queries, there is a section for you to go and consult about what you'd like furthermore than what has already been provided on the online or in the physical office space. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. And now that we have heard what you do and how you do it, we need to understand how many customers do you serve in Uganda, how many transactions do you manage, and how much money are you managing in estimation?
I'll give you a broader view. As Flutterwave, we have processed over 630 million transactions for over 1.5 million customers across the globe, and to a tune of over 31 billion to date. We shall continue. Obviously, now that we're licensed in Uganda, we are ambitious and hopeful that this is going to grow and grow to an exponential level.
As a time-tested player, what do you think are the main challenges to achieving financial inclusion in a country like Uganda?
I think we still struggle with the availability of data to make informed decisions. You will find that mobile money, for example, here in Uganda is a big deal, and yet there are people that are still banked. Now, it's finding the middle ground of how we're going to balance those that are unbanked, as you said, and the banked, and those that are unbanked but are dependent on mobile money. So we are constantly looking at the dynamics and looking at the data to make sure that we're serving everyone in the economy and improving on the financial inclusion.
Considering that you are reappearing on the 4 Days for the Fintechs initiative platform, what do you think is the contribution of this platform to shaping the fintech ecosystem and also helping you further your cause as Flutterwave?
Right. First of all, I'm proud to be associated with this initiative because it has stood the test of time. Year and year, you've been consistent in terms of delivering the message about financial inclusion and partnering with the likes of Flutterwave to press on whether it's the regulators, our customers, our merchants, to be involved in us growing our economy. We're trying to make payments seamless, and without the likes of high people or voicing what we do, we wouldn't be where we are. So we are appreciative of the fact that you're an extension or an echo of what we're trying to do out there, whether it's online or in our physical presence in our offices in Kampala.
Thank you, Arnold, for your time. I'm going to ask you to look in your camera and in 2 minutes, pitch your product to the world.
At Flutterwave, we pride ourselves in ensuring that we do things well. We have a suite of products, but for Uganda specifically, we are focused on ensuring that we do what we do well. We have a send product that is designed for Africans in the diaspora, where you download an app, and you're able to send and receive money across the continent. So all your relatives from the UK, United States, and the like can be able to send you money and vice versa. And then we have a flagship product, which is called Flutterwave for Business, where we provide a platform for small, large and international businesses to receive and make payments. We shall continue to deliver on this promise and work with high people to ensure that our message is heard and our footprint is felt. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Arnold. Like you've heard from him, Flutterwave is an African unicorn that is leading Uganda and Africa's financial inclusion through serving the unserved and underserved populations. This has been day 24 of the annual 4 Days for Fintechs initiative, season 5. Thank you so much for watching and see you soon.